Here we are.
And welcome back to Late Night Love. And before we get started here, just give me a half a second because I forgot there. There we go. There, I forgot where we're at. All right, let me get back to wherever I was. All right, welcome back to Late Night Love. I accidentally hit the start button. I wasn't quite ready. I had this. It's a two-stage start. I had started the first stage and I forgot I hit to record over here. So I stopped, went to hit record. But when I did it, anyway, all heck is broken loose this week. But we are here. We're a little late.
We're here.
We're 12 hours late, but we're here.
We're here. Yeah.
Yeah. 12 hours?
That's been what I've been saying for the last couple days. I'm here.
Or is it 36 hours? It was last night, right?
Last night at 12:36.
Yeah, I'm all out of sorts. So for whatever it is, we lost the computer, so I had to redo this. The daughter unit moved back into the house, so we had to rearrange my office and the studio back into an office studio. And I had to get it all cleaned up. I didn't get it done until like 3 o'clock this morning.
I know.
So
that's when I woke up.
But I got it done.
Yes, you did.
So
I know.
And we are here. And speaking of when we are here, before we get into the intro, I'm going to hit this one with you because we were just all screwed up today. So you can find us at latenightLove.us. You can also send us your questions, comments, suggestions to love@latenightLove.us. There's a question form on the website. You can comment. Oh, I got to log Lovey back in. I should do it on your tablet. And to the subscribe, share thing. I can talk. I'm a professional. Seriously. Some weeks feel like a tug of war between what we owe and what we can actually give. Work wants more, partners want more, kids want more, and somewhere in the middle, we're supposed to remember who we are. Tonight, we are shifting with the moments that stretch us thin, the jealousy we don't want to admit, the coworkers who test our patience, the partners who misunderstand our needs, and the quiet fears we carry about the people we love. This is Late Night Love, where we take the messy, the tender, the funny, and the frustrating, and we breathe through it together. And tonight's intro was a perfect example of that. Good Lord Almighty. At least we got through all of that. Yeah. And I did all the stuff that's supposed to go after that. So now we can just hop right in to our first segment of the night. We got life segment where we talk about self-improvement, work, self-improvement, that kind of thing. Yes. All right. So tonight in life, we are talking about the slow erosion of balance when work creeps into every corner, when coworkers cross lines, when managers pretend the office is Disneyland, and when people closest to us ask for things that don't quite feel fair. From a girlfriend who wants rent money she doesn't need, to a jealous partner competing with a chatbot, to the paranoia that comes after speaking up at work. These are the moments where we wonder, am I the problem, or is this world just doing too much right now?
Yeah, that's the question, isn't it?
It's always the question. The other question is, why haven't you subscribed, shared, and done all that good fun stuff?
I know.
Yeah, why? Even though more and more people are, if I could keep up on the shorts, we'd be much better off. I am just been so busy and exhausted at the end of the night. The last thing I want to do is sit through a bunch of shorts and decide which ones to get to put out and win, because it's all a guessing game. So I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just guessing when I throw these things out there. So for all of you out there who feel like I'm faking it through life, yes, so are the rest of us. just
we're out here doing the best we can every day.
We're just trying, and as long as you're just trying, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
All right. What we starting with tonight, love?
I've forgotten what work-life balance is.
Well, we could dissuade you that there is that's actually a thing. Work-life balance. Let's be clear. Each individual person is going to have their own definition of what that is. What that means.
Yes.
So what it means to me is going to be different than what it means to somebody else. And if you have a job that is fulfilling, emotionally fulfilling, you get to go out and you get to do what you feel are good things. That's less of a strain than if you're just going out and punching a time clock and doing a job that maybe you don't hate, but you kind of tolerate, or God forbid you go to a job you hate, right? Then you need a much bigger balance.
Yes, you do.
than you do if you're going to a job that is, emotionally rewarding for you. So there is no single definition of work-life balance. What work-life balance is that you haven't gotten yourself so deep into your work that you have nothing else in your life. You've got to be a completely rounded human being. Now, none of us are completely round at any one time, right? We've all got flat surfaces and whatever, but you're trying to go out and be a more well-rounded human being. That's the point of trying to find a work-life balance. I was in politics for a while, and that's why we started this
We
show.
started this.
So I would have some kind of balance in my life. I knew that being in politics needed a balance, and so this was, part of that. And so, instead of complaining about it, instead of kind of just go out and do it. If you feel like your life has gotten out of balance, well, then focus more on something that's out of work.
Yeah.
What
hobby have you been neglecting, or one that you have an interest in that you haven't gotten into?
Yeah, it's join a D&D game, whatever it is you're interested in.
Yeah.
Or something you haven't tried before, but you thought, hey, that might be cool. Or maybe your friends play pickleball and and you'll be terrible at it, but so what? It's not the point, right? Maybe there's here in town, here in Sacramento, there's this XOSO Sports or something. I forget the exact name of it.
Yeah.
But it's essentially it's a rec league, but really they just go out, they go play some sports, and then they go drink beer. It's kickball, they got flag football, they got all kinds of various things to do, but realistically they go do this thing and then they go drink some beer and they go to the pub, and which is great. They found their communities, right? Got no problems with it. Now, not everybody goes drinking, but you know what I mean.
Uh-huh.
It's a social club. They don't care.
Yeah.
You don't give two rats butts who wins these things. It's essentially it's a beer league sports thing. So go enjoy. That's what they mean by beer league. Right?
Mm-hmm.
It's half the people are there just to drink beer after the game. Well, go do one of those things. Just find something to do that's different. If you're feeling out of balance, go find something to do that's different. That's the only solution. Sitting whining about it, writing to people on the internet. I'm glad you're out there actually searching for answers. So you're a step ahead of people who are just sitting there eating bonbons and Cheetos and vegetating and doing nothing. So I don't want anybody to feel like I'm being down on you. But at this stage, you know what you have to do. You just want someone to give you the kick in the pants. And so here's the kick in the pants. Just go do something.
Yeah.
It doesn't even matter what the heck it is. Just go do something. Pick something. And if you don't like it, pick something else.
Yeah, you don't have to, it's not set in stone. You can try different things until you hit on one that you really like. Yeah.
Yeah. Work-life, and remember, what work-life balance is just that you're not so deep into work that you have nothing else of yourself.
Yeah.
And if you find yourself having nothing else of yourself, then go create something else of yourself. That's the wonderful thing. You get to be in charge of that. So one thing you get to be in charge of, and it really actually get to control in life, right? There's so much in life that we have superficial control of. This is the one thing you actually have control of. You can always go make yourself a more interesting person. You can literally just go to the park and play chess with people or whatever, right? You don't need to, it doesn't require anything. So you can just go do it. Okay, what's next?
How do I handle my girlfriend wanting me to split her rent when she's financially fine? Well, she wants to build a savings.
Okay, now are they living together?
No.
Oh, well, then she can pound sand.
I know. But she wants to build a savings.
No, she wants to use him like a cash register.
I know. But she wants to build a savings, she said.
Yeah, because she's thinking about herself. She doesn't give two rats' asses about him.
I know.
He'd like to build a savings too, but he can't because she wants him building her savings. Tell her to pound sand. No, seriously, you are nothing but a paycheck.
New girlfriend.
Yeah, she's actually telling you exactly who she is at this point in her life. Now, granted, they're 22 and 24, right?
Yeah.
So she can evolve and change, but you don't have to be a part of that.
No.
I very rarely give you just find a different
Just
one.
move on.
Yeah, but
we rarely do that. We try not to.
But this one, there's really no other
There's
romance.
nothing to salvage.
You are
there.
she is telling you exactly who she is right now, and you don't need to be a part of the solution. So how do you manage that? By finding a better girlfriend. Yeah. But leave the first one first. Just be respectful.
Be responsible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Why do some managers seem to think employees actually like going in the office? She prefers remote.
Well, because some of us prefer to go into the office. I despise working from home.
Mhm.
Despise it. Now, granted, gonna grant you, my commute is 3 minutes. So the transit time is not a factor. Okay, if I need to go into the office for an hour, it's literally for an hour. There's no travel time. It's like I have to go 20 minutes, go for an hour, and then drive 20 minutes back to get to the office, or walk, or take a bus. Or it's a 3-minute drive. And if I took the scooter, me and my son, we can. If he takes the bike, it depends on who gets stuck at which light, who gets home first. So the bike in this, it's just that right distance where a bike or a scooter is actually equal to a car, except for comfort and all that various stuff. Anyway, but it's the same time, right? So really, I have the golden commute. But even despite that, I don't like working from home. Talk about work-life balance before. Why do you want to bring your work home with you? But you've got to understand this from a boss perspective. It doesn't matter if you as an individual are more productive, feel more productive at home, or even over the course of a month, say, look, I get more work done. If your team has to slow down because they have to wait 20 minutes when they can get an immediate answer when you're in the office, you know how many things that would take me if I had to send an email or give somebody a phone call, wait for them to call me back, or send a text, and all that stuff takes time, where I can just walk over to the thing. Hey, I need this answer. They give me the answer and I'm done. Not only am I done, there's no miscommunication. There's no shorthand because people don't like typing emails. Right. I got the actual face-to-face communication. Any nuance I can catch. Any uncertainty I can catch.
Yes.
Someone's giving me an answer, but it's full of BS. I can tell. Or if someone's giving me an answer, but they're uncertain and they may not have told me if I wasn't there. I have young coworkers who will not tell you they're feeling distressed in an email. But if you're sitting there talking to them, I can check in with them. Just, explain to them why I'm checking into them. These are things you can't do over emails. So there's value other than the work, because the work is only part of the work. And that's what a lot of people who want to work remotely think of. There's nothing wrong with being selfish, but you have to understand when you have a job, it's your selfishness only can go so far. Once your selfishness hurts the team, it goes out the window.
Yeah.
So, find the compromise. And some people do. We've all forgotten that some people actually do like going into the office. Some people forget we're social creatures. Many of us are social creatures, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not me, but even still, I like going into the office. I just don't like being work at home. It's a different reason. But we are social creatures. People like going into work because that's their tribe. It's their away from home tribe. They get away from their madhouse that is the kids, the family, and the home duties, and they create that work-life balance. Right?
Yes, it works both ways.
Yeah, I want some balance in my life. Well, you're going to have to go create it. And, in the 70s, women would go out. In the 60s and 70s, they go out and they get a part-time job at a flower shop or something just to get out of the house. The traditional homemaker back in the day, they go find a part-time job. So we're not to earn the money. They were doing it to get the freak out the house. Wanted to do something different. They wanted to be a more rounded person. That's why they would go out and do these things. And so I get why some people want to work from home, but I also get that it can be dangerous, especially if you tend to depression. So just saying, there are reasons, and
that you covered quite a few of them.
Yeah. And employers they care about team results, not your individual results, ultimately. And if your individual results don't bring the whole team up, then, that's how athletes get traded. So it is what it is.
That's how athletes get traded.
Yeah, you're no longer valuable enough. Someone else can, while their stats may not equal yours, they can bring a value, a same or greater value to the team because they play a different role. They play a more team role rather than an individual role.
Okay.
Happens all the time.
Okay. I'm jealous of my boyfriend for the chat GPT. 6 hours a day.
Okay, but what is he doing? Is he actually doing something?
She didn't say.
Or is it like a porn addiction or something? Or is he actually doing something? Is he crafting a business plan? Is he just...
She doesn't know. She didn't say. She doesn't like it. 6 hours a day.
It seems excessive unless he's building a future business.
Uh-huh.
It does seem excessive. It'd be like, okay, it's one thing. My boyfriend plays video games 6 hours a day. I'm annoyed. Okay, that seems rational until you find out that he's been streaming on Twitch, and while he's stopped making a lot of money, he is bringing in some, and his audience is growing, and he's learning new skills. Okay, that's a different story, right?
Yeah.
Those are different things. And so they're 18. Is he probably just kind of goofing off on ChatGPT? Probably. There's probably an hour and a half in there where he's trying to actually do work, and the rest of it is some, goofy video game playing. He's just trying it out. But here's the thing. He's also building skills for the future. So it's hard to know. Here's the thing. My suggestion, find out what he's actually doing.
Yeah.
Maybe there's something you could participate in.
You can help him.
Maybe you can learn something.
Yeah.
Or maybe he's playing D&D with ChatGPT because you think it's goofy and you won't play with him. Don't know.
Okay.
But these are possibilities.
Okay. Was it wrong to report my food stealing coworker to my boss?
No. I'm assuming this is an ongoing thing. So if it happens once, don't be a dick. But if it happens,
more than once.
Yeah.
Now, should she confront the food stealer?
Well, I'm assuming they already did.
Okay.
So it gets kind of the way that, how the way some of these questions are phrased, you could just kind of tell that this one doesn't feel like it's a food stealing coworker. It's not like, hey, somebody just kind of randomly stole my food. I think it's this person. I don't, you're right.
Okay.
This seems like someone who is a habitual food stealer. And food stealer, who knows what they're stealing? Someone's yogurt or something. But yes, if it's a repeated thing, then sure. Of course you do. But yes, I would assume you've already done some kind of confrontation, especially if you know who it is. Okay.
You know what I did?
What's that?
I got one of those insulated lunch boxes, and I got one of those, frozen things, ice things that takes hours. And I kept my lunch with me. I didn't put it in the refrigerator.
Well, I've worked in a lot of places where that wasn't an issue because if you stole somebody's food, you got punched in the face. And so stealing food didn't happen. You work in warehouses and assembly lines. People don't play. So now janitors, on the other hand, that's a different thing. Don't leave nothing. Because you never know which one's the ones who are going to steal everything. So just don't leave nothing.
Don't leave nothing.
Yeah. Okay.
Complained about something at work. Now everything feels off. Is this retaliation or am I just paranoid?
Both. Well, and it's not actually, I would guess it's probably not deliberate retaliation. What it is now people are walking around on eggshells around you because they feel they have to be careful, legitimately or not, right? The complaint could very well have been legitimate. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was partially legitimate. If you'd have known the whole story, you probably may not have complained. Who knows what the actual story is. But now you're on eggshells because you've got it on the top of your head. So you notice every single thing and you're reading things into things that you otherwise wouldn't read into. And guess what? So are they. This is just human nature. Asking to avoid this is like asking to avoid, I don't know, a stubbed toe. You can try, but it's going to happen eventually. So, yeah. And this is where your character becomes built. You just power through it. You put the proverbial blinders on and just do your job and don't worry about it. It's the most powerful skill in the world. Seriously. There's nothing else to do except that be as normal as possible.
Well, yeah.
So
that's all you can do and let it blow over.
Just because it may be nothing, right? It may very well be you're paranoid. Maybe they're paranoid.
But give it time for things to return to normal.
Yeah. So
yeah.
Put the proverbial blinders on. Just do your job, and chips will fall where they may. This is one of these things where before you complain, you've got to have thought this through, and you should have already had your strategy on getting through the next 6 weeks. If you don't think about the next 6 weeks then you're not doing yourself any favors. You clearly weren't prepared for all the potential ramifications of what you were going to do. Sorry. Maybe you shouldn't have to think about that, but we live in this thing called reality. And and if you don't think about, okay, yeah, things are going to be uncomfortable for a few weeks. Is it worth that? Probably was. It probably wouldn't have changed right?
Yeah.
It probably wouldn't have changed your decision, but you should dang well have thought it through because then you would have been more prepared. You wouldn't have been surprised.
Yeah.
That's why you think these things through. It's not to change your mind. It's so you're prepared for the aftermath. Yeah. Because things are going to feel off after you issue a serious complaint. I'm assuming it was a serious complaint. Things are going to feel off and a little awkward for a little bit. They just are because we're human and this is the real world. And you should have been prepared for that. Sorry, you come here for reality, not for unicorns farting rainbows. It's just I'd love to see unicorns farting rainbows. I think it'd be great, but I'm sorry they don't exist.
Could totally happen.
I'm sure, why not? Okay, what's next?
Last question in this section. How to deal with an employee who acts like they're my director.
Well, here's the thing. Do they know more than you about your job at the moment?
No.
Sometimes they do. And so what feels like they're acting as your director is what they're really need to do is they're telling you how things have been done. Now, it may be time for change. Just because things have been done like this doesn't necessarily mean things should be done like that. Things need to change, especially now in the world of what I call the post-digital age. Some people call it the age of AI or whatever. Yeah, I don't think that I call it the post-digital age.
Okay.
But it's uncertain. The future is uncertain. How processes and how people operate will change. We just don't know it will change into what and how, and everybody's kind of trying to figure that out right now. So what they're doing is telling you how things work. Your job is to get them to follow. As a leader, your job is to get them to follow. So how do you do that? By earning respect.
Oh, you got a gold mine right there.
Well, maybe he's just an arrogant jackass, and
I like how you cover all the bases, babe.
Well, because I've seen all of the bases, right? That's one of the reasons. There's no
Yeah.
simple, simplistic. I wish there was silver bullet answers in life. I really do. No one wants silver bullet answers more than me. But there just isn't. Sorry to tell everybody that. There's just no silver bullet answers. And so the thing is, you have to figure out, okay, which scenario do I exist in? Is this guy just an arrogant jerk? And my solution as his manager is to figure out a way to move on eventually, shift him to a different team, whatever, because it's not worth the effort. Or is this someone who's got a lot of skill and knowledge, but I need to figure out how I can get him to follow, because you're now the leader. And remember, we're often not trained to be leaders. We're just shoved into the leadership role.
I know.
And with no real training. And so you've got to take it upon yourself to go, find your leadership style and hone that and work on it. There's a number of successful styles. So I'm not going to sit there and say you should do this leadership style. But what you should do is go out, examine the various leadership styles, find the one that suits your nature, and follow that. Some leadership styles I would suck at. I'm not a rah-rah person, right? So if I'd be seen as a complete phony. It would not work at all, right? If I try to be the motivating, it's not going to work. I'm the leader who's, the helpful leader who helps you do your job so you can help me do mine. That's the kind of thing. I create the safe space so you can do your job. It's my job. When you come across something you can't deal with or you need help with, I'll take it on my plate. Sure. No, don't worry about it. I got it. If you get stressed, I got it. Yeah. You take care of your team takes care of you. It's amazing how that works. But how you take care of your team is individual. Okay. All right. So if you're feeling stretched, second guessing yourself, or wondering whether you're allowed to say no, you are not alone. Life gets loud, but your boundaries can get louder.
Yeah.
From me and Lubby. Yep, here it is. We want to thank you for joining us today. Have a good night, and please remember to love everybody.
Good.
All right. Yeah, I didn't quite get the studio fixed. I got it functional. What do you want from me? I had to order cords. Not gonna be here till tomorrow.
Okay.
I probably could have figured it out, but I would have had to take everything all the way apart. I didn't want to do that. Okay, we ready?
Yeah.
And good evening, everybody, and welcome back to Late Night Love. We are stepping into the tender spaces. The friend chasing a 29-year-old man online at 18. The parents trying to navigate preschool awkwardness. The new mom wondering if babies ever stick to a schedule. And the teen headed to the beach while mom hovers nearby. We're also talking about friendships across genders, toddlers with midnight surprises, and the big question, how do we raise boys into men we are proud of? That's actually a good question, because first you have to decide what is the man to be proud of. And is it a man to be proud of, or is it a human being to be proud of? It's a very philosophical question, I suppose we're going to be ending the night on. But before we get to all of that, you can find us at latenightLove.us. You can send us your questions, comments, suggestions to love@latenightLove.us. And do the show a favor and hit the like, subscribe, share, comment, do all that good fun stuff for the algorithms and blah, 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 blah. Okay. So there, got through all that in record time.
Right. I should time you.
I'm not sure that's a good thing, but we'll let that leave. We'll let that one lie. Okay, so let's just hop right in. What do we got?
I think my friend is interested in an online friend of hers. Now, she's an 18-year-old female. He's a 29-year-old male. And she tries to convince me it's fine. How do I tell her that she shouldn't go after men with such an age gap?
Okay, well, first, if you're going to do this, you have to understand why she wants to choose someone who's that much older.
Mm-hmm.
It's because the people in her age group are immature jerks. And they are. 18-year-old boys are the dumbest demographic. They're the ones who will go, sign up to go off to war, right? These are the morons this is your moronic time as a human being. And as men, especially at 18, we're stupid. That's our dumbest time in our lives. We're smarter as toddlers than we are at 18. Just saying. So So if you're going to talk to her about this, make sure you understand where she's coming from. She wants somebody who's already decided what his life is. Who's already on a path to something more, somebody who's mature, has gone past all this stupid childish trying to impress his friends nonsense and has moved on to become his own person, right? Completely understandable.
Or she could end up like last week and the lady with the 15-year age gap, and it's freaking her out after 2 kids.
Yeah, that's true. Now, remember, we're sitting here with a 9-year difference in ourselves.
Yes, we are.
So that's not that much difference than this 11-year.
But we came together when we've been together 17 years.
Yeah, I was
I'm maybe
40.
65. You were 40.
Yeah.
So I was, yeah.
Yeah, we had been through life swingers a couple times.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was 40 going on 60, right? It was one of those things. I was 18 for a number of years. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, so that if you're going to get her, you have to get to the place where you understand why she's wanting to choose, right? Then you can start to explain to her, okay, great. We understand all this. I get it. It makes complete logical sense. But what you're not understanding is the differences between the age gap. That maturity level creates other problems that you can't see right now.
You can't.
In 5 years, will it make a difference? No. You're talking about a 25-year-old woman with a 36-year-old man?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, happens routinely.
It does.
Yeah. 18?
And you don't know yourself well enough, hon. I'm sorry.
Yeah, at 18, we get skeptical about committing yourself to another 18, 19-year-old, right?
Yeah, we do.
I mean, even though
you don't know
even though some of us have done that.
You don't know who you are. You don't know what you really want.
Oh, she knows what she really wants. She does. She just doesn't know, have the experience to decide if this is the person that can give it to her. But you can't tell her that because now she's going to go do it just out of spite.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. So, but here's the thing. At 18, you ain't going to be able to talk her out of nothing.
Sorry.
But the only chance you have is to relate with her. Say, I get it. I get why you would want this. It's just not the world's greatest idea in the long term.
Yeah. Long term.
It'll be fun for the next couple of years. Sure.
It will be.
And it'll feel, and then one day you'll wake up and you'll realize that you don't know who you are because you never found the chance to go to figure it out.
Yeah.
Never gave yourself the chance. Will she listen? Probably not. But at least you'll feel like you've done your tried. And then there is always the option as it's none of your business. She's an adult.
She is 18.
I agree with her that it's not a great idea. I'm not getting, but it's also none of your business. Now, maybe you approach us. I know it's none of my business, and I understand why you would do it.
But I love you, and I'm concerned.
Yeah, and then leave it at that.
Yeah.
And let her do with it what you will. Do not judge her any past that, right? And I think that's the best shot you got. Okay, I completely agree with you, but I think that's the best shot you got. Okay.
I never knew how awkward I am until I started involving myself in my 4-year-old school.
What do you care if you're awkward?
They're awkward too, hen.
Yeah. You just feel awkward. Would be my suggestion.
You've been at home for 4 years.
Well, I'm guessing there's some larger personality things that she does that she's just now really realizing.
Okay, yeah.
You know, she's got some personality quirks that, you know.
You know, she's 28, 30, you know.
And here's the thing. Maybe what you see other people doing doesn't necessarily mean that's what they're feeling, right? You said, I'm feeling awkward because I don't want to go talk to these large group of people. And of course, half of those people there don't want to be there either, right? They've kind of forced themselves to go out and they've become practiced at it and they can manage it and it looks like they're doing great. But in reality, they just want to go home. They are no different than you. Now, the extroverts, they're there, they're having a grand old time. Their batteries are charging, they're doing great. But you got to understand, that's just who they are. They get batteries charged.
Their battery get charged. Where I, on the other hand, get socially just drained.
And it's perfectly fine. Neither one is bad nor good. They just are.
That doesn't mean I don't like going to church for 3 hours, you know, on a Sunday morning, go there early and help out and stuff. But I am done when I'm at the end of the day. By the time I leave church, I am so wiped out. I can't do anything.
Now, here is the thing. If you find yourself being kind of like a bull in a china shop, right, type of person, well, then here's the thing. Stop and think before you do anything. That's it. All you got to do is just think twice. That will slow, if nothing else, it will slow you down, and slowing you down will help you not be the bull in the china shop.
There you go.
It doesn't even matter if you change your mind. Just think twice because it will slow you down. And slowing you down will make you less of a bull in a china shop.
Okay.
That's my suggestion for, kind of curing that awkwardness. Slow down. Your mind is going 1,000 miles an hour, right? Slow it down. Think twice. That's it. I know it's a silver bullet thing, but it's not really a silver bullet. It's actually quite hard to remind yourself to think twice. You can still embarrass yourself, but you'll at least have thought it through. Okay, what is next?
Okay, this is great. This is a good one. Do babies grow out of schedules? It's 3 months. 3 months old.
Well, that's one way to say yes. Babies evolve as they grow.
They do. Their schedules, their needs change. You know, babies at 3 months are still sleeping quite a lot. This will change.
Yeah, yes. Children's schedules evolve constantly.
But they do better with schedules. At least a loose routine.
Unless you have a child that doesn't. Most children do. I'm not gonna. But if you have a child that does not respond to schedules, do not try to force a schedule on them. That's all I'm saying. The only way to do that is to enforce responsibility for them being the masters of their own schedules. I don't know what the percentage is, but there's a percentage of kids out there who do not respond to schedules.
Mm-hmm.
It's a cage to them instead of a ladder. Mm-hmm. Schedules to a lot of people are ladders, right? They help them get through their day. There's nice structure. It helps them climb.
I can't. I have such a hard time. I'm stuttering thinking about not having a schedule.
Yeah. Well, to some people, schedules are cages.
I can't accomplish everything I want
unless
I like in the morning I have more energy, so I do things at that time.
Yeah, but
in the evening I'm comatose, so I do.
What if what I want changes? Now I've got this stupid schedule I've created to box me in.
No, it's flexible. You can, it's like Legos. You can interchange, switch them out.
You keep using this word. I don't think it means what you think it means.
My schedule
A
evolves.
schedule is a schedule. Yeah, it evolves over time, but not.
It does.
But day doesn't evolve.
Within a day, you know what my day has been like today?
We scheduled it yesterday. It's just not your normal routine.
I know.
There's a difference between that.
I know.
A routine and
just.
well, maybe this is actually a good discussion. A routine and a schedule are different things.
Ooh.
Are they not?
Ooh, a routine. Okay. I was thinking, because even with children, there are certain things that you do during the day. You eat breakfast, you have lunch, dinner. You have to get up in the morning and put on clothes and brush your teeth. You have to shower at some point within a 24-hour period.
Yeah.
You know?
So I mean, maybe we're playing semantics here, but schedule, I think there's something difference between schedule and routine.
Okay, a schedule says you must be in the shower at 6 p.m. every evening.
So, but yes, the baby's routines evolve.
They really do.
Children's routines evolve.
Big time.
Yeah. And you have to evolve with
every couple months. I swear.
Yeah, and the evolution as you get older.
It slows down. It slows down as they get older.
As they get old, as it should.
Yeah.
As they grow slower, that slows down.
Yeah.
And oddly enough, when boys, hit this growth spurt, they also hit their evolution spurt in the teenagers. Same time frame. When they grow a lot and they change a lot. It plays out. I didn't raise girls. I don't know. I'm assuming that the same thing works for girls when they have periods of large changes. They have periods of large changes. It's not just it's maturity levels as well as physical. Same thing with boys. Well, immaturity levels, they get less mature, but that's a whole different question. Boys revert. They're just the most ridiculous thing on the planet. A 12-year-old boy is more mature than a 14-year-old boy. Just saying. Yeah. 12-year-old boy wants to act like he's older than he is. 14-year-old boy has no idea what he's doing. So they don't. They're all screwed up, man. All those hormones and growing pains, and it's awful. Hey, girls have their own picnics to deal with, right? I'm not.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm not saying one is better or worse than the other. I'm just saying that everybody's got to cross to bear. Teenage years are the worst.
People have asked me, would you go back and live it again?
Oh, hell no.
No.
Hell no. I would not want to be a teenager again. In any age. This age, my age.
This age.
The age I was a teenager.
50 years ago. No.
Oh, screw that. Okay. Okay.
Would it be protected to stay nearby during my teen's beach trip? Okay, he's 17.
Uh-huh.
And he's going with a group of 16, 17-year-olds, and they're going to a beach, couple-hour drive away. They rented a beach house, and they're going to party. They're going to spend the weekend there. And she's kind of freaking out.
Because they're going to do something dumb.
They will.
Oh, I'll guarantee you they're going to do something dumb. But here's the thing.
So she wants to go and stay at a B&B nearby.
What? So you can be closer to what?
To the hospital.
That's because that's about also easier to bail them out. The 2 hours ain't going to make a difference.
It really won't.
Yep. Let them be. This is one of these things. This is it's like a rite of passage, right? Where you send them off into the forest and they got to survive overnight all on their own with nothing but a stick or something.
Yeah.
And it's not like you sent them out there untrained. You've trained them for 17 years. He's trained. Now it's his time to go off and try to survive a weekend, a teenage weekend of being idiots.
Yeah. Good luck.
Here's the thing.
He will be okay.
99% of them survive. They're just
99
fine.
do.
Yeah, they're just fine. 99% of the time, they're all just fine.
And the other ones go, hey, watch this.
Yeah. Yeah, as long as your son's not the one who goes, hey, watch this, you're all good.
Yeah.
Now, even if he is, he'd probably be fine.
Probably.
Stupid should hurt. Be all right. That's how they learn.
Stupid should hurt.
Yeah. That's how you teach boys. Stupid should hurt. That means you got to watch them hurt themselves. Yeah. And I know women have trouble with that. Men don't. We've done that. And the only way you learn is to do it. You can tell them all you want, but then you tell them, okay, if you're going to do it, here's what screwed up when we did that. Solve that problem and maybe you'd be all right. Have fun. And we do. And they survive. Sometimes broken arms, sprained ankles, broken wrists. Happens. Be all right. That's the biggest thing, right? They're going to be goofing around partying, and someone's going to get, I don't know, burn themselves in the fire, in the bonfire.
A phone end up in the fire.
That's hardly a problem. They'll trip over. They'll be running around on the beach and fall and, break a wrist or sprain something. Or someone's going to come home with a twisted knee. It's chance of it's some catastrophe because it's going to be contained, right? They're on the beach. They're not going to be out driving and drinking. So they're going to be out drinking on the beach and stuff and doing like, it'd be all right.
It'd be okay.
Should they be drinking? No, but they're going to.
But they will.
Yeah.
If hopefully that's pretty much it. Maybe a little weed, but that's all. Stay away from the acid,
Yeah, well, hey, we survived. Okay.
How do I talk to my girlfriend about wanting friendships with women again without making her feel insecure or like I'm disrespecting the relationship?
So why do you need to have relationships with women again?
He wants to have, he was friends with women before.
Yeah.
But then she came along and he dropped them all.
Why?
Well, he focused on her.
Well, but that's one thing, right? Is when you get a new girlfriend, your friends becomes kind of second nature for a while. And then after 3-4 months, you go back and you just pick them up again. It's not like there's nothing to... There's nothing.
Call up your old friends.
Yeah, just go start making the same plans you did before. Start doing the same things you did before. There's nothing to do here.
You can talk to your if he wants to talk with his girlfriend.
Well,
and say I've been really focused on getting us established, and I haven't been, in contact with some of my old friends for a while, and I wanted to let you know I'm going to be contacting my old friends and doing some socializing and stuff. And
I just say I'm scared. I wouldn't make it that big of a deal, because then you're making it a big deal. You just say I'm scheduling time with my friends. You want to come, and you don't make it a big deal, because. Again, it's one of those things. If you make it a big deal, you're making it a big deal.
So you're just going to drop this bomb on her.
There's no bomb. You're just hanging out with your friends. You guys are acting like you're doing something completely unnatural. You've completely changed the course of who you are as a human being. You're just starting to go bowling again. Or go to the pub and play darts or whatever the heck it was they were doing. Good Lord, you guys are killing me. There's no deal here. Just do it. You be respectful. If you schedule something, you tell them that you're scheduling something. But man, they're your girlfriend, not your wife. Lord, you don't have to lose yourself. They're 20. This is silly.
Yeah.
Don't set the bad precedent. Just do it.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. I think you should say something first. 2-year-old poops in sleep. That's the only time he poops.
His body clock's all out of whack. When are you feeding him? Maybe the time between his dinner and getting up is too long, or going to bed is too long. I don't know.
But he's 2.
Yeah, he's 2. It's not that big of a deal.
It's really not.
I mean, if 3, it'd be a bigger deal.
Yeah. Then, but I mean, if you're really concerned, I mean, if you're something medical, talk to your doctor.
But I would consider the schedule.
Yeah.
But yeah. Or maybe he doesn't like pooping during the day for some reason.
Something happened.
Yeah, there's you never know, 2-year-olds.
Ooh, the toilet monster. The toilet monster
doesn't like pooping in the toilet, so he holds it, and then
and
then when his body relaxes, it works its way out.
Yeah.
So yeah, so figure out that one. There you go. There's a couple potentials.
Couple things, yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Thoughts on raising boys to be good men?
That's a good question. First, you have to decide what you want what define a good human being. Let's forget this good man, good woman. You have to define what good is.
Isn't that subjective?
Well, yeah, that's why I'm not giving you a definition.
Yeah.
You have to decide what good is.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have to create a parenting style that it tends to create that and hope it works. Because
now the best thing that I have heard, and I tried to do this for my girls, was to emulate the behavior that you will accept and the type of behavior that you do. They watch you. Are you a hypocrite?
Oh, you can even survive that if you tell them, don't do what I do because I'm an idiot. They'll actually listen.
They're like, yeah, you are.
Yeah, I mean, they'll listen on things. You can actually get around some of that if you're open with it. But yeah, but you can't. You have to decide what a good man is, and there is no universal definition of that. I mean, is it the man, the protector? Is it the man, the provider? Is it the kind and compassionate? Is it the is the driven? And some of this is personality, right? If you try to create a meek and mild, compassionate man, and he's got a self-driven
he's type A personality. Good luck.
Good luck. You got to have to focus something else and make sure he's ethical and focus on those kind of things. And so and moral, and you focus on those. So first you have to decide what a good man is. Then you have to decide your philosophy, and then you have to say, okay, does it match with the child I'm raising? Because you could have the greatest philosophy theory in the world, but if it doesn't match the child you're raising, it's not going to work.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's the one thing I learned about parenting a bunch of different kids is they're all different.
Every single one. I got 3 girls, all very different.
So you just kind of have to manage. There is no good.
It's like they're each different people.
Yeah. But the very first thing is decide what you think a good person is. And try to raise that. Forget man, woman. I mean, men and women have their own different needs and wants, their personalities. Again, that goes back to the personality of the child you're facing. But decide what the good human being you want is. Because we never have the other discussion.
Mm-hmm.
How do we raise a good woman?
Mm.
What does that even mean?
I know.
I don't know what it means either.
Yeah.
I have no clue.
Yeah.
So I know how to, now I do know how to raise a good human being. That I do know how to do.
I can, be a good person.
Yeah.
My girls are good people.
I can do that. I can raise good human beings. I don't know what a good man or a good woman is, but I know what a good human being is.
If you're going to go by stereotype, I'm sorry, but we all make a lot of mistakes.
Yeah, sorry. All right. Love is rarely tidy. It's long, winding practice of letting go, holding on, and learning when to step in. And every one of those questions reminds us That love is something we grow into over and over again. All right. For me and Lubby, have a good night. And please remember to love everybody.
Good night.
Spam was calling me in the middle of my show. And you know what? I still didn't turn off. I went over there and turned off the do not disturb. I do not disturb. And what did I not do? I didn't turn on do not disturb. All right. Ready?
Yes.
And welcome back to Late Night Love. Tonight, I can't. There it goes. Sorry, I keep hitting the timer button when I don't mean to. Anyway, tonight's relationship segment goes deep. The partner afraid to share her sexual preferences. The brother who weaponizes guilt over a new baby. The boyfriend who can't be his girlfriend's emotional sponge anymore. The woman losing attraction because her partner's hygiene is slipping. We're also talking about condom sizing, interrupted intimacy, frustrations of a spouse who starts but never finishes. These are the conversations couples avoid until they can't. And what you can avoid until you can't, is sending your questions and comments to loveatlatenightLove.us. You can find all of our previous episodes and whatnot at latenightLove.us, and do us the show a favor and do the like, subscribe, share, comment, etc. stuff for us. We would all greatly appreciate it. Okay, let's just jump right in.
How can I tell my boyfriend about my sexual preferences when he has already expressed disgust over it? Her kink.
Well, find a new boyfriend.
Yeah.
You're 20.
One who has your same kink.
Yeah, you're 20. It's well, first, you have to define how important in the laundry list of things for you and your partner, how important sex is. And then you have to define how important your kink is in your sexual list. And, and if it's important enough, then you just find someone who shares the same desires.
Yeah. You have to decide, you have to prioritize. You have to decide where your priorities are.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's, these are kind of the things that tell you when, the relationship doesn't match. And you're 20, so it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah. Before the kids come.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How far does she say? How far over the is it?
No, boyfriend.
No. So it could be, who knows? And it could be anything. One person's,
No, she didn't say what it was.
Yeah, one person's kink is another person's vanilla ice cream. So,
yeah, you don't know.
Yeah, so it's hard to know.
No, that's it.
But crazy, right? So find somebody else.
Yeah.
Or maybe he's just his own sexual repression. We don't think of guys as being sexually repressed, but it can happen. Grew up in a highly religious household or something.
Well, yeah. Oh, that actually, it definitely happens.
Yeah.
Okay. Catholic boys. Anyway, my brother asked me if he still has a sister because I'm not excited enough about his baby. How do I fix this? Oh, give him a baby shower and tell him to hush.
Yeah. What is it with these people that age? What is he, a pansy or what? You're not excited enough about what's her duty to be excited about your baby? What? I don't even understand that.
No, she said she gave the proper social response, excited, squealed, oh my God, she jumped up and down. She did the whole thing.
Uh-huh. So I do nothing.
But it's not good enough for him.
I don't fix. There's nothing to fix.
Yeah.
That's my suggestion. There's nothing to fix. You don't do anything.
No.
Let him have his feelings.
Yeah.
That's it. You're allowed to have his feelings. So that would be my suggestion. It seems weird. There's some other brother sister dynamic going on there that we don't understand. It's a brother sister thing.
That's sibling stuff, and only the two understand it.
Yeah. There's something else. There's something else going on there.
And that's why I wondered about that.
Yeah, that's a sibling thing.
Mom liked you better.
Yeah. Or was her excitement phony? Was it forced excitement?
No. She was genuinely happy.
Okay. Yeah, but
she's sincerely baffled. She's thrilled for her brother.
Okay. Well,
she's looking forward to being an auntie.
Then I wouldn't worry about it. He's just being,
the mom is fine with it.
Yeah.
She talked to her sister-in-law and gushed over her.
Then don't worry about it. He's being insecure, and because you're a sister, he's safe to kind of let it out at you. So don't do nothing. There's nothing to do.
Nothing to do.
Okay.
How can I explain and persuade my girlfriend that I can no longer hear out her problems and push her to do things?
Well, don't push her to do things.
Don't.
Yeah, just your job isn't to push her to do anything. Your job was to hear out her problems. Now, you can get to the point where I am tired of hearing your problems and you don't do anything to actually fix them. Right? It's not your job to provide her solutions, but you don't have to
well, do you think maybe he could be a little gentler and say, I think this is beyond me. Can I help you find a counselor?
Well, we could, but we don't know how long this has been going on over what he said or hasn't said. Maybe that's pushing to do things. Hey, I'm not, go find a counselor. I can't help you on this. And maybe he said that 100 times and she's still coming to him to be his counselor. And he's not. And so now he's frustrated.
Because that's what she's doing. She's using him for a counselor. And I've done this myself, and I don't know about her, but with me, I would get stuck in thought loops,
Yeah, and he's 27. He don't have the experience to help.
I'm sorry, no, he doesn't. I mean, you were 45, 50, and when I was going through the worst of it and with you, and I mean, and you still had looks of bewilderment on your face more than once.
It happens. So I don't know. And they're in their mid-20s. So it's, again, this is a lack of experience, but you cannot fix her problems. And so stop trying.
Don't.
Yeah. The answer is to stop trying to do the second part.
Yeah.
You sit there and you just listen, and you say, I have no, that's my suggestion. Stop trying to.
So he's trying to fix it.
Yeah.
He wants to fix it.
No, well,
fix her.
My guess is she wants him to fix it too. She just doesn't know that she doesn't want to fix it. And problem is she's the only one who can fix it.
She doesn't know how, but
well, she does know how. People have told her how. She doesn't want to. Lots of people have probably told her how. Here's the ways you can fix this. She doesn't want to do that. So she's going to continue to complain about him. If you've got a laundry list of problems that never go away, it's the answer's in the mirror, right?
Well, I couldn't relate for a minute, and then I remembered coming in and out of AA for 2 years because I didn't want to take suggestions.
No one could tell you nothing.
No, that's what my grandpa said. It took me 30 years to figure out what that man was talking about.
Yeah. So, as our point is, some problems she's only going to be able to solve herself.
Yeah.
And until she's forced to, she will never take the accountability and responsibility to do it.
Yeah.
So, in a sense, if you're going to have to help her, is by stopping. And that's difficult to do. It's because it's a fine line to know when is it time to stop trying to help somebody so they can help themselves. Because no one wants to do that to someone they care about.
And it's hard to watch someone hit bottom.
Mm-hmm. especially if they don't have to. Not everybody has to hit bottom, but some people do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
My girlfriend's hygiene is killing my attraction towards her. Now, everything else is perfect. He wants to marry her. He sees a life with her.
Okay.
But it's beyond physical attraction. But he would like to have that component in the relationship.
Okay. So for the most part, she had decent hygiene previously.
Yeah.
Then she's depressed. That 90% of the time, if you got a major hygiene shift, then it's depression. That is the go-to. I mean, the very first thing you check, right?
Yeah.
Because what's the very first thing you do? You stop taking care of yourself. And the very first thing you stop taking care of yourself is
getting in the shower.
You stop getting in the shower because it's just a pain in the ass. Right?
Yeah.
You just don't want to do it.
Sensory overload.
Yeah. And so if there's a hygiene change like that, then the first one is depression. The second one is, okay, then she's running out of energy at the end of the day and doesn't want to hop in the shower. Or she's sleeping late and doesn't have time in the morning so there's some other exhaustion issue going on. That's a medical thing. So you solve those, both of those. One's a mental medical thing and the other one's a physical medical thing. The percentages is that she's dealing with depression of some form. Probably doesn't even realize it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So tell her you're concerned about her mental health.
Yeah.
That's how I would approach it.
You know, you want to marry her. I mean, treat her like she's your partner now. How would you show her what kind of a husband you're going to be?
Yeah, these are the things that marriage is about, man.
This is the real stuff right here.
Yeah, this is the real stuff. Real relationships are what do I do? My partner's hasn't showered in a week. Well, then they're dealing with depression and you have to deal with that. Forget the shower thing for a minute. That will solve itself, right? That's a problem that will solve itself if you deal with the other thing.
Yeah, obviously the physical is not a number one with him. He just wants it to be fit in there.
Yeah. So 9 times out of 10, this is a depression issue, and the other one is it's a medical issue. So you deal with that.
Have a very gentle conversation.
Yeah,
I'm concerned, honey.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's how it goes.
Yeah.
Okay.
How do I communicate to my partner that he needs a smaller condom?
You just buy them.
That's what you do.
Yep. So package sizing is difficult. So things change. So just buy one. That's it. You provide them, and you don't have to worry about it. So
there you go.
A simple solution.
You know, get one with like the reservoir tip, you know, with that extra lubrication, and tell them it's special. You know, pay a little extra.
Yeah.
There you go.
Get the flavored ones. You know, who knows?
There you go. Yeah. Tell them you want to spice it up. There you go.
Okay, what's next?
Okay. This poor guy. His wife moans. And that's it. He's done. He gets the fact that she is aroused just sends him off.
Okay.
So things end quickly.
Well,
so go for round 2.
Yeah, there's one solution. Even though it's not as easy as you think, frankly. Especially if you're over 25. It's not as easy as you think. See, there's a problem here. I'm trying to figure out my Dr. Ruth Westheimer thing. This is just a sign of premature ejaculation, which technically speaking is a medical issue. And so if I was going to put on my Dr. Ruth Westheimer hat, you go talk to your doctor.
Yeah.
Now, in the modern world, there are, creams and stuff that can dull the sensation.
Yeah.
And so that's a potential.
That's an option.
That's a potential option, but kind of defeats the whole point of the the whole exercise to begin with. So, but if overstimulation is an issue, I guess that is a solution. I just, yeah, that's premature ejaculation. That's a medical issue, and I would look into that.
Okay.
And solutions. I don't have a great solution for it other than to look into that.
You need a specialist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. This one. Wife gives spontaneous short blowjobs, but then stops without a finish. She says it keeps him interested in her.
No, that's not how that works. Now, if it was a lead up to she wants more, okay, that's fine.
No, she just fluffs during the day.
That's just annoying. Here's the thing. Tell her no. You're allowed. Because that's annoying.
I think it's rude, dude. I do. Would you want that? I don't want that.
I could see. Okay, it's 5:00 in the afternoon. You've got 2 minutes, and you give a prelude to this evening, right? You go wink and a nod, and off you go. Okay, not as long as it's not a go-to thing. It could be some fun. I can see it, but anything different than that?
No. A couple times a day. It just keeps him interested in her. Keeps him.
No, it's making him annoyed.
Affectionate.
No, he's so annoyed. He's writing to people on the internet. I don't think this is going how she thought it was going to go, or is going exactly how she thought it was going to go. One of the two. But all she's doing is annoying him. So he can say no, is my suggestion. He's allowed to say no.
Okay.
It won't go over well, but you'll be less annoyed.
Yeah.
Maybe she'll stop. Yeah, that's just annoying.
I would. Oh. Ooh.
I mean, if it was given a prelude to later on in the evening when everybody comes to bed or something, then
no.
Yeah.
This is just a little sprinkled throughout the day.
No, yeah, but does it pay off in the evening?
No. Well, come sometimes.
Oh, for the love of no, that's just really annoying. What the heck is wrong with this woman? There's her elevators don't go all the way to the top floor, do they?
Well, she's giving him attention.
Well, and we appreciate that, but a hug would do too. We get it. You don't want to complain, but that's annoying. I'm with it. It's at that point, it's annoying. You'd rather have it not.
I know.
Just because it just becomes an annoying. Yeah, you're just interfering with my day now.
It's almost. It gets to be it would start to feel like a head job.
Hey, you know what needs to happen?
Like a mind game.
Is these two need to swap wives?
Oh,
the quick guy needs to get with this quick lady, and they can both be done in a minute and a half and have. So you just need to swap.
And everybody be happy.
Everybody be happy. Those last two questions just need to swap wives. You just got the wrong wives.
That is not serious.
I'm pretty sure they could tell that one wasn't serious, but it worked out that way. Hey, there you go. Some wife swapping. There's my solution to that one. I don't know. I don't have a good other than say no.
I can't believe it.
Other than say no, I don't have a good solution. So there's two questions. We ended on questions.
Stop it.
We have two questions I had no answer for. So there you go. It's a record. All right, relationships survive on honesty, not the pretty kind, but the vulnerable, uncomfortable. This might change things kind. And when we dare speak from that place, connections becomes possible again. From me and Levy, have a good night. And please remember to love everybody.